not Alex Parr or Luann Young.
It's not, no.
It's Christina Luck.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Tim.
Welcome to Morning with Luann and Tim. Luann is finishing up her 2-week vacation with her family. She'll be back on Monday, but in the meantime...
Yes.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, we miss you, Lou.
We miss you, Lou. Alex did a great job, and now you're here. How much fun has it already been this morning?
I'm telling you. It makes the mornings worth it.
Our green room is full of performers because, of course, the Fringe Festival, the preview starts tonight. We're on Queen Street for the street party.
Oh my gosh.
And we're all downtown on the stage. You're going to get to meet all the Fringe performers. I'm going to be emceeing. We've had a couple on already this week, Christina. And there's a bunch of them in the green room right now getting ready to come on the show. The energy is so much, it's so much fun.
They're hilarious.
They are.
Like, did you laugh yet this morning?
Just a little.
Once or twice, yeah.
I didn't know you were on the board at one time.
I was,
Just last year?
Yes.
I did a show in the Fringe last year.
You did?
I did. What was it called?
Do you ever
My
do
Life Is Not a
musical
Drag.
theater? Oh.
Do I ever do musical theater?
Do you?
Just once in a while. What's up with you? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm, on this side of the soil, so I can't complain. That's always good.
Now, on the show, I tend to look up what days of the year it is if it's specialty days. Mm-hmm. This is a specialty day.
It really is?
It's a national day.
Oh.
It's sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day.
Shh. Be sneaky, though.
I don't even know.
Tomorrow's like just put it on the porch day.
Today is sneaking. I guess people who grow zucchini end up with too much. Is that why we do this day?
Maybe.
Do you grow zucchini?
I don't.
Do you grow anything? Look, see, he found it.
I grow hair and fingernails.
People might not believe this is a real thing. Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day. Now, I don't know what I would do if I came walking out of my front steps and there were a zucchini on my front porch.
Probably plan dinner.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I might plan something else for the afternoon. So anyway, also on this date in 1925, just to show you how little things change over the years, Christina. On this date in 1925, it was the first national march of the KKK in Washington, D.C. Over 25,000 people marched. KKK. Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about that.
How far have we come? 1945 on this date, Russia established the communist government in North Korea.
Oh, how's that working out for them?
Exactly. And here's one thing that I would wish that would recur.
What?
In 1974 on this date, the president announced that he would resign the next day at noon.
Mr. Nixon.
Yeah, that was Nixon because of Watergate.
Whoops.
Wish that could happen again.
Wish they didn't have a flashlight in that hotel room. I watched Forrest Gump. That's how I know that happened.
That's how you got your history lesson from Forrest Gump?
Yeah, everything I know, right? It's on the internet.
So wait a minute. Now let's go back to theater and the Fringe. Are you a theater aficionado? Do you go and see lots of shows and stuff?
I try to.
Okay.
Sometimes I mix them up.
Yes, like you took your son. So one of the shows that the Fringe we're about to see, you're about to meet, is it's called Sex Cult, a musical sexplosion. Leet and Becca are here, the performers and creators of the show.
They look pretty fabulous.
They do.
Yeah.
And you were saying, I guess Sex Cult, a musical sexplosion is not a show you would bring your kid to.
No.
And then you said, your son.
There's a lot of shows out there in Sault Ste. Marie has a lot of fabulous actors, so I thought I would bring my son to a theater production.
And you thought you were going to see
a beautiful show with a beautiful bright coat.
You thought you were going to see Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with the kids singing on stage.
Oh, beautiful. No, it was not that.
What did you bring your kids to?
Whoops. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Prostitutes, whipping, beatings.
Oh my, and then they bring out a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like this, what? And all these people are judging me in the audience, which I don't blame them.
How old was your son? Do you remember?
5. He didn't understand a lot of it. Thank God. I'll have to explain it to him and the therapist when they're older.
That'd be like somebody bringing their little kid to the Book of Mormon thinking they were going to go see a musical about, the Mormon church that was nice.
Aww.
Have you ever seen the Book of Mormon?
No, probably. I probably shouldn't.
It's hysterically funny, but you could never bring a child to that.
Oh man.
When Alex and I were on the show the other day, I got confused because I was driving here and I saw there's the new sushi place. What's it called?
Shogun?
Shogun.
Yeah.
So Shogun's moving to where the car place used to be.
Right.
At the little intersection there.
We like our sushi here.
We do. We got a couple.
Apparently, yeah, we do.
So Shogun's moving there, right? So as I'm driving by the other day, I see, oh, there's a new Shogun. And then there's a little sign on the lawn that says, coming soon, Little Caesars. And I'm thinking, I swore that was going to be a Shogun. And then I'm looking between, and it's like the Shogun, what's going to be Shogun, and then there's Swiss Chalet. And I'm thinking, where are they going to put a Little Caesars? Do you know where it's going?
No, I don't.
Next time you drive by Swiss Chalet, really take a look. The whole bar is gone.
Oh.
You know how I used to walk into Swiss Chalet and to your right there was the whole bar area? Gone.
Really?
That's going to be a Little Caesars.
Well, I think that there were only like senior citizens in the bar at the Swiss Chalet, right?
Yeah,
so drinking tea, really.
When they first started out, it was really happening, but I guess things changed.
Really happening at Swiss Chalet.
Well, anytime a chain comes to Sault Ste. Marie, there's always a big, oh my goodness, we got a Boston pizza, and then nobody goes after 2 years.
And then everyone's like, but the Sioux has really great food, so.
Yeah, I saw another news service online that did a survey recently about what change they'd like to see to come to Sault Ste. Marie, and it was interesting to see some of the responses. So people saying,
None?
Well, no, people saying, oh, I'd like to see a keg here. Well, first of all, the keg would never come here because we don't have enough population. No. And secondly, can you imagine your average Sault Ste. Marie going in and saying $42 for a steak and you got to buy your baked potato separately?
Well, yeah, and we have great restaurants already that serve steak.
We certainly do.
My lovely friends here. Go to those local restaurants.
Oh, I got several that I love.
Me too.
We can't mention them all because we can't say one because there's so many, but...
I know.
Embers.
But we do love you.
I love Embers. I love Quattro. North 82. I mean, there's just, the list goes on. Steaks, Barsanti's restaurant at River.
Yeah.
Lots of, anyway, we don't need any stinking chains.
Too early for steak anyway.
In the day?
Yeah.
Okay,
we need coffee.
Somebody said they wanted a Denny's. I'm like, why do you want a Denny's when you got the breakfast pig?
They want the biscuits and gravy.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That in the morning?
Yeah.
Have you been to the Mill Steakhouse for breakfast for their brunch?
No, I didn't know they had them.
They do a chicken waffle that is like ridiculous.
Ooh, sounds healthy.
My friend Leith ordered it when we were there for brunch one day. It's like a waffle and then chicken and then they put syrup and hot sauce,
spaghetti, and breakfast marshmallows. And she's like, that's breakfast,
but no, and there's like an egg and everything in there. It's crazy.
It probably is really good.
We don't need no stinking chains.
No.
Okay, so when you go out in the evenings, what kinds of stuff do you do? Do you go out because you have a young child?
I do. I mean, I like to go out. I'm going to go check out the festival downtown tonight.
The street party.
Yeah.
There's a street party downtown. Josh Ingram, by the way, I wasn't crazy. Josh was supposed to, well, I am, but Josh was supposed to be on the show on Monday, and he didn't show up. It slipped his mind. He had a family thing that he deal with, and that's why Josh wasn't here.
Yes.
But he sent his regrets, but he wanted me to let you know that tonight is the street party. Yes. I believe it's from, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I get this right, I think it's Spring Street. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And Spring all the way over to at least Bruce.
Are we getting good weather? I believe. I think we got rain yesterday. Well, we got quite a bit of rain yesterday, but it said no rain on my app yesterday.
The weather forecast said partly sunny today, so we'll have to see what happens. I would like that. When it's rain or shine, guys, you know, they're out there. There's beverage tents. There's things for the kids to do. There's the vendors will be on the street. Plus, the Fringe Festival is going to have preview performances, I think starting at 5. I go down at 5. I don't know. But I don't think the street shuts down till 6. I'm not sure. Well, you'll just have to sing some songs. Me? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna be. No, people. There was one time I hosted Sue Sings for Kids, Christina. Yeah. And one of the comments was, "When will somebody tell Tim Murphy to stop trying to sing?" And my response to that person was, "Never. We will always sing." No, he said, "When will somebody tell Tim Murphy to stop trying to sing?" And my response was, "I think you just did." Didn't stop. Doesn't mean I'm going to listen to you. Didn't stop me though. So also, now do you watch The Simpsons ever? I used to when I wasn't allowed to until I was about 12, but thanks, Mom and Dad. When The Simpsons came out, you were that young? Oh, I believe I was younger than that. 27. They've been around a long time. You know what? 27 years. Yeah, is that it? 27 years for a series? That's a long time. Where do they come up with the content? How they keep coming up with this stuff, the writers. Okay, but you know the song The Simpsons, and all the clever music on that show? Like really, I think The Simpsons is known for its clever music. Alf Claussen, C-L-A-U-S-E-N. He composed and conducted all of the music for The Simpsons for 27 years. 2 years ago, he was told the show was going in a different direction. Oh. Has anybody noticed the Simpsons going in a different direction?
How do they go? Like, did they grow up?
They fired him.
Oh.
He's 78 years old. He's been working with them for 27 years. 2 years ago, they fired him, and finally he's decided that, you know what, I'm going to, because they hired somebody younger, less qualified, and they paid them less. And so he's suing them for discrimination and disability.
Wow.
He's saying they fired him because of ageism and because he has a disability which was unspecified. The guy won 2 Emmys. He had 21 nominations. He was the most nominated musician in Emmy history.
And it's not his fault that he's the only one that ages. Bart stays the same age, Marge is the same age, Homer, like, come on.
So they let him go after the season 28 finale on May 2017. So let's see what happens with Alf.
Are there any jobs here at
Sue?
I hear he's looking.
At Sue Online Superior Media on TV. Let's bring Alf. Maybe Alf Claussen could come in and write the jingle for KC Security, because I've been having a hard time coming up with one. Have you heard my jingles?
I have.
KC Security, take care of you and me, KC Security. They're our sponsor for the month. Thanks for joining Christina Katu and I on Mornings with Luann and Tim. And coming up next, we have our first interview with Sex Cult, a musical sexplosion from the Fringe Festival.
Not child appropriate.
Well, we don't know that. Let's see. We'll find out when we come back right after this.
If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, there is hope and there is help. You matter. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The calls are free and confidential. Call 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. You are not alone.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Joining me live in the studio from the Fringe North International Theater Festival. This is Becca J, and this is Leet Stetson, and that's a real name. I love that name. You're from where originally?
Victoria, British Columbia.
And you studied at?
Dalhousie University.
I knew you knew the answer to that.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
We had to practice. Yeah. Dalhousie, you studied what?
I did a double major in music and theater, classical music and classical theater.
Singing?
Yeah, very much so.
And acting.
And acting.
Mm-hmm. And what about yourself there, Becca?
I went to school in British Columbia at the Canadian College of Performing Arts. And I have 2 degrees, two diplomas, my bad, in musical theater studies.
Musical theater as well. Mm-hmm. Young people after my own heart. How did you meet?
We met doing regional musical theater in Toronto.
Yes.
met at an audition, became friends, and then did a couple of shows together before we started writing together.
The audition together, did you get the show?
Sure did.
Nice! Okay. So you began writing, what brought that about? Was it a concern? Did you actually say, let's do this? Or did it just happen you were hanging out and you started singing together?
Like, I think it kind of was a little bit of both. Like, it was, let's kind of just get together and shoot some ideas back and forth. We did work together, actually, at Starbucks for a significant amount of time, and Leet would write songs on the floor and then take me off the floor and say, I have to tell you about this song that I'm writing. And that's kind of how it all started, and then we started rehearsing and writing together. And
you turned it into more of a club act almost, did you not? Like, were you performing in comedy clubs and stuff? The songs?
We spent like 6 months after we wrote half a dozen songs, we started going to comedy venues and just seeing if they worked kind of on their own, and then a story kind of developed around them.
Around the songs?
Yes.
Kind of like what they did with Mamma Mia. Only better.
No, I'm a big ABBA fan. Don't worry about
Are
it.
you?
Yeah.
We just did that. I was the gay guy.
Oh yeah.
Typecasting. Sitting in the chair off camera right now is your stage manager. Hi, Rowan.
hello.
Rowan was also, this is funny, she's your stage manager now, but you met her.
At Starbucks.
She was
Our manager.
So you went to her and said, you're a good manager, you'd be a good stage manager.
Well, it was really funny because we kind of had a few people in mind to stage manage, but then I guess Leet one day was like, Rowan. And it was just like one word. And it was like a light bulb went on, and yeah, she's been great.
Boom. Yeah. So you travel around together because this is not your first Fringe outing.
No.
Tell me about what you've done. Where have you been with the show?
We've been to London and Hamilton.
I'm seeing right here that there were some awards. Yes. It's an award-winning production.
We can
what did you win? What did you win?
We won in London Best Comedy and the Ballyhoo Award.
The what?
The Ballyhoo Award.
Best Ballyhoo. It's the best making loud noises around town.
Like marketing?
Yeah,
marketing
basically,
and stuff.
Ballyhoo.
And then in Hamilton, we got the best in venue, which was the most tickets sold in our particular venue.
Guys.
Yeah.
Wait, was this your first time taking a show to a Fringe?
Yes.
And you did that already? You're going to keep going with this, right?
Yeah, and that's the plan. We've got ideas for more shows.
More shows and more
after
cities.
this one that you can go to in this summer, or is this going to be it for you?
This is going to be it for us.
There are more Fringes around the country, but
Obviously.
we didn't get any of them.
No. So, I mean, there's Edmonton, there's Winnipeg, there's the Toronto, I mean, Ottawa, I guess.
The Atlantic, there's Kelowna is still
Kingston,
coming
I
up.
think
there's
has one too.
the Pacific side of the country has. Yeah.
Then, of course, there's like New York, there's Edinburgh, all those ones.
which is
Edinburgh's happening right now.
Yeah.
That's the granddaddy of all Fringes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
really?
like our ultimate 2021 goal.
Yeah.
Good for you. Let's talk about the show itself now. Sex Cult, a musical sexplosion. So obviously it's for children, and
I'm actually, I know that was a joke, but like it's not as dirty as you think.
Yeah.
tell me what you said about the title and the content and the juxtaposition of the two.
Okay, I would say that we lure you in with the sex, but then it ends up being a show about feelings and
About love and
See, and I said
acceptance.
that's how I got in my relationship with Keith. He lured me in with the sex, and then it became about a conversation, and I just wasn't ready for that. That's just a joke. So,
yeah, Keith, if you're listening.
yeah,
Sorry.
he probably is. Okay, so your mother. Tell me the story about your mom coming to see the show.
Yeah, so my mom has always supported me. She's like our biggest fan. We also borrow her car frequently. But she came to see the show with the intention of seeing a musical comedy that I had been writing, because I had been telling her kind of about the show, and she comes to it after the show, sobbing, going, "You didn't tell me it was sad." So that's kind of another little...
I said, you don't really expect to go to see a musical theater comedy called Sex Cult, the musical sexplosion, and end up crying, unless the sex is bad. But tell me about is there a plot? I mean, I know you said you got about 11 songs, maybe?
Yeah, 11 and a half, yeah.
11 and a half.
There's a reprise, it counts.
11 and a half.
It's a very brief reprise. What was the question?
Is there a plot?
Yeah, I would say it's not a lot of story in terms of like we go over here and we this guy. But it's a lot about our feelings and our
like our character arc.
Our different neuroses bouncing off each other.
So you play two characters in this show.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay, and what's the relationship with these characters?
They're just best friends. They've been best friends forever, and
what are they doing?
They created a sex cult.
They created a sex cult.
They created a sex cult together, these friends.
Just to shut
So as an audience member, am I expected to join the cult?
Absolutely
you are not welcome in the cult.
No.
Excuse me?
You are not welcome in the sex cult.
You make that very clear right at the top?
Yep. Keith will be very pleased.
So wait, I come to the show. You guys come out, and have you have you done this before? Like, is this a new cult, or is this are you established?
This is our
first
in the show,
service.
our first service. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
just trying it out for the first time.
So as the audience, we're enjoying the first meeting of this sex cult. The first, what do you call it? The first
Service.
The first service.
of the sex cult. We're not welcome.
No.
All we can do is
Watch.
you know what? I think there is a sex cult where there's that's
Maybe,
involved.
yeah.
And then, so what kind of an arc do you take us through emotionally?
Basically kind of finding, like, shutting the voice off in your head that kind of tells you that you can't and that you're not good enough and
that you're unworthy of love.
And that kind of thing. So it kind of, I'm not going to say it resolves because, but it kind of arcs through that.
It sounds like I've been to therapy, and that sounds like some of the stuff that I learned.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Is it kind of therapeutic, this show?
Oh, very much.
I think so.
My time spent in therapy kind of overlaps the time spent writing this show, and it was very helpful.
That is such a cool thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the dates? You guys have your dates for performances?
Yeah, what's this weekend start? We open tomorrow night.
Oh, it's right here behind us.
Yeah.
Friday, August the 9th.
And then we're going this weekend, and then the following weekend with some days off in between. Go to.
Oh, there's the posters up right now.
Yeah.
The audience is looking at the poster.
Good.
So you got Friday this week and Saturday
And
this week.
Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you jump to next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Friday and Sunday next weekend?
You can buy tickets at fringenorth.com/tickets.
Yeah. And where are you performing?
We're at the Sault Ste. Maria
Museum.
You're in the museum?
Yeah, in the Discovery Gallery.
Oh, that is so cool. You're going to love that building. It's the old town. It's the old post office. There's a clock and everything. Our time is running out. Check out Leet and Becca. Sex Cult, the musical Sexplosion as part of the Fringe Festival. More details coming up with Dario Showman when she joins me at the end of the show. We got to go to commercial. Thanks for
Thank
being
you
here.
so
I'll see you
much.
tonight downtown for the preview.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you on stage.
Yay.
Wicked.
Thanks for coming to
Thank
Sault
you
Ste.
so
Marie.
much. Thank
We'll be
you.
right back after this.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
I need to find home care for my dad. My husband can't find a job. Our fights hurt the kids. When you don't know where to turn to 211, the helpline to community and social services in 150 languages. 211 is free, confidential, 24/7, and answered by friendly specialists. Dial 211 or search 211ontario.ca. 211 helps people find the right community and social services. 211, when you don't know where to turn. Supported by United Way, your local community, and the governments of Ontario and Canada.
Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie. We miss you, Luann, but thanks for letting me be here.
Yeah.
So Tim, I just want to know if when you get home today, what do you do if you have a bunch of vegetation or vegetables, zucchini stuck on your front porch?
If somebody's come to my house and put a bunch of zucchinis on my
It is
front
the
porch,
day for it, apparently.
what would I do? What should I do?
do?
What should I do?
Call Casey Security. Did you get that, Mike? I did that for you.
We get Daniel
Call
LaPrada over
Daniel,
to take
yeah.
care,
Yeah.
protect my house from strange zucchinis.
There's too many of them.
There's zucchini
What do I
keep
do?
showing up. Drive by my house and stop the zucchini madness, Dan. Casey Security, what?
Or if you really don't want anyone coming by with anymore, you can just be like this. I'm waiting for Tom Selleck.
Can you? I don't know if they can get that on this camera. Christina brought her own mug today.
Well, last time I was here, oh, here it is. Last time I was here, I wasn't allowed to use Luann's mug. So I was like, I'll bring my own.
And it says, excuse number 3, sorry, I'm saving myself for Tom Selleck.
Selleck, yeah.
But you've worn off part of the L. I thought it was Tom Celiac, and I was like, oh, the poor guy.
I tried to write in it with a Sharpie, but
Sorry, so this is excuse number 3. So if somebody shows up on your porch with a bunch of zucchinis, you say, sorry.
I'm
saving myself for Tom's.
Yeah. The first excuse is, I don't want any. And the second excuse is,
what do you do? Okay, so you're an attractive. Are you single?
Thank you. No. Getting married in October.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let me see. What does he do? Something good.
Yeah, well.
What, who?
He keeps me happy.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, does he have a brother?
I have 2 sisters. Sorry.
That doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I know that. They're really hot too.
If they have money, though, I could be tricked. I think they just did a close-up on your engagement ring. Don't do that. When are you getting married?
October 5th.
How cool is that?
It is very cool. Yes, yes.
Are you going to wear white?
Breaking all the rules.
If you can't keep a straight face, why bother trying?
Yeah, but.
Congratulations, I had no idea. Yeah. I never bothered trying. Okay, so you know who's next? The news. Megan Pounder is filling in. She's our news anchor for the day. We want to thank Megan for coming in so early and taking care of the news for us. So stay tuned for local news and more coming up on Luann and Tim Mornings with Christina Katu. See you after the news.
Imagine knowing about incidents, closures, and roadwork all before starting your trip. Ontario 511 lets you know before you go. You can get real-time information directly from the Ministry of Transportation, because the more you know, the easier it is for you to go. And spend the time doing the things that matter most.
They served to protect our homes. Now many are homeless. They fought for our way of life. Now many are fighting personal battles of their own. They answered the call for our country. Now we honor them by serving our communities. Help us help Canada's veterans. Become a Legion member today.
He fell. Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
I am a mother, and I am a sister.
I'm a father.
A wife, a daughter. I'm Somali lady.
I can very proudly say that I'm a teacher.
A social worker.
I'm a human being.
I have a dream
to be free.
And I wish we live in the world full of peace.
Welcome back. Hey, Christina, look who's in between us. It's Nick Luck. I used to know you as Nicholas Luck when you were really little. We did a show together called Pippin. Do you remember how old you were?
I believe like 8
or so. Yeah, he was like a little kid in musical theater. Okay, and then I know you went on to quite a musical career here in Sault Ste. Marie. You were playing a lot of gigs, weren't you? You had a band and stuff. Were you fronting a band?
Yeah, for a bit there. In the Frasers, Great Chamberlain, Aldous, played a bit with the jazz ensemble at Algoma. Yeah.
So what do you play?
Well, I play like my primary instrument is the piano.
Oh, and then you have vocals.
Yeah, and I sing as well.
You sing as well.
Yeah.
This performance you're doing is a spoken word piece, though, not musical. Am I correct in that, or what?
It's actually a mix.
Okay. So the show is called
Xandra.
Xandra. Xandra.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Well, it's about the character.
The character's name is Xandra?
Yes.
Do you play the character or do you speak about the character? Tell me about the show.
So it's sort of It's sort of an experiment.
That's what Fringe is for.
Exactly.
That's what Fringe is for. Come on.
So, to kind of give a little backstory, I got assigned a project in a history class, ancient mythology. So you learn about like myths and all that kind of stuff. And one of the assignments was to write a myth. So.
I do that all the time.
it was pretty it was a weird curveball. Yeah. So I had a bunch of mixes where I was like, well, and I had a sort of idea about this sort of mythical kind of story. Yeah. And then so I wrote it, and then I put it to music. So like it just kind of flows like that. So there's spoken word, and then there's singing as the.
So wait, the musical aspect of it is from where? Is it original stuff that you? Yeah.
Very cool.
When you say mixes, are you musical mixes? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
When you do musical mixes, do you write the music, or do you like put it all together from? Tell me. Like the music, do you compose the music, or do you put it together from other existing pieces?
No.
You compose it all.
So what's the story about then?
So the story is there's sort of a large kind of backstory, but it starts off right where Xandra comes out from like the cities under the sea, and because there's two factions, there's the Azergon and the Sinians, and she's with the Sinians, and she comes out and she kind of gathers the old Sinians together, and then they start a front to confront Osman, who was once a partner, former lover, but was betrayed. So
this is a good myth. It's like Greek mythology. Are they Greek?
It's science fiction, so it's sort of like
a science fiction mythology.
Yeah. So it's like sort of distant future, post time. I mean, if I go into the backstory, it's gonna take like.
Can't give it away.
About the show? It's only 15-20 minutes.
That's it. Great. Yeah. That's perfect. So where's it being performed?
So tomorrow at the Tech at 2 p.m. and then on Saturday at 8:45 at the Sault Ste. Marie Museum. Okay. And then the next Saturday at 7:30.
Is that p.m.? Evening?
PM, evening shows.
Evening shows, great. And is it appropriate for children?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, not like Sex Cult, the musical Sexplosion. They said that you could bring kids. They did say that.
Well, and you know me.
Yeah. Christina will bring her kid to anything.
I think it's Annie.
How long have you been working on this?
Did
you say the music was kind of, you already had mixes existing?
And like lyrical ideas, and like it was like, well, like, because like it was like sort of a story was kind of formed together, like kind of like evolving, and then I was like, okay, sit down at the laptop and just,
right,
and then complete the project.
What do you compose on? Do you compose on the keyboard or
a bit of both? Like, I mean, because I don't like I do other like projects as well, but like I'll go at the keyboard, and then something comes, then it just works, and then I'll go into Logic, like a DAW or whatever, and
what?
Like it's a program. A program.
Is it a computer program that you can compose on?
Well, yeah, because like you flesh it out on the piano, and then when you feel like the harmonies have been made, then you go into the program and
This is a lot of work. Do you do this all on your own, or do you?
I'm already tired just hearing about it.
Do you go to a studio to do this stuff, or is this all on your own? Like,
you gotta do it.
Are you still in school?
Actually, I just finished my last course for school.
Congrats!
Oh, congratulations! And what did you finish?
I actually participated in GLSME, which was the chamber music. You were speaking with Ed about.
Yeah, it's called the Great Lakes International Summer Music Institute.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm getting good with my acronyms.
You really are, yeah.
So you were in that?
Yes.
Wasn't that amazing?
Oh man, what an experience! Oh, it was great.
What a busy summer. What are you going to do after? Are you going to keep on fringing? Do you think, or I guess you wait and see how this goes for you, or
yeah,
Do you think there's going to be a life for this performance, this project after you do these 3 performances for Fringe?
Well, depending, I might like after the first. Like the first show, there might be a sort of continuing arc in the second show.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
you tricky devil.
Yeah.
Your whole family is. I mean, your brother studied musicals. Studied theater. Right. He was working as a performer. I believe he's changing. Yeah. Going back to school for something else now. But Dustin was living in Toronto and working as an actor.
Yeah.
Your sister Sam has taken her career as a graphic artist. What's she doing now?
She's centering in on VR animation now, like working in Quill and things like that. And what she's doing, it always
those words.
she's
been working with some major people, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's going all over the place.
Animator stuff.
Yeah, she's into animation. Yeah.
There's something in the water here.
Talented family, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, your performance dates are tomorrow. Tell me again.
So tomorrow,
Friday night.
Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon at the Tech.
Yeah. And then Saturday, and then the next
museum,
Saturday.
and the following Saturday, also at the museum.
Also at the museum. Yes.
Okay. And the show is called Xandra. One man show. Is the music pre-recorded, Nick, or do you have a track, or do you do some of it live, or what?
No, it's all pre-recorded, which is nice after Glisme.
I guess so, right? I'll see you. Are you going to be there tonight for the... Oh, you can't for the preview, right?
Oh, are you talking about at Street Party?
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the Street Party all night.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought somebody can't go because they had to work, but that's not you. I'm glad. I'll see you there.
Yeah, because DTA, you know.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be there.
Downtown Association, right? Mm-hmm. And Christina, you're going to be there too.
I will be.
Okay, so we'll see you at the Street Party, and you'll see Nick Luck starring in Xandra at the Fringe Festival, and we'll be back with Christina and I right after this.
Adoptions create families. Are you thinking of adopting a child from an orphanage or your family in India, Bangladesh, Jamaica, Guyana, or any other country? Let Worldview Adoption, a government-licensed agency with 15 years of experience, help. Parmjeet Mongat and Associates are experienced in handling all adoptions cases, especially relative adoptions with complex immigration issues. For a relative or orphan adoption, domestic or international, call Worldview Adoption for a consultation today.
It's not always this obvious when young people need help. For 30 years, we've shown up for youth. With your donation, you can too.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern People's Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
Manitoba Police believe the cross-country manhunt for 2 BC suspects wanted for 3 murders in BC is over. At a press conference Wednesday, police announced they have found 2 male bodies, believed to be that of Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski in northern Manitoba. The bodies were discovered Wednesday morning at approximately 10 a.m. local time in dense brush, approximately a kilometer from where items linked to the fugitives were found along the Nelson River. A cross-Canada search has been ongoing since BC. Police say they were looking for the 2 male teens surrounding the death of a young couple and another man in July. RCMP and OPP took numerous tips from the public, leading to many rumors spreading about where the 2 men were located. One rumor had them both seen in Kapuskasing, Ontario, and closer to home, when it was reported they were both seen in Bruce Mines. An autopsy will take place in Winnipeg to confirm the identities and determine the cause of death, the top Mountie in Manitoba said. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau visited the Royal St. John's Regatta, an annual sporting event in the Newfoundland and Labrador capital, for selfies and handshakes on Wednesday. Trudeau did not take media questions during his two-day visit to the city, but delivered a speech to a firefighter conference before meeting with NL Premier Dwight Ball and stopping by the regatta.
I mean, one of the challenges we have in our society that we see sometimes is a breakdown of trust of authority, respect for authority figures, including and especially politicians, but not for firefighters. The trust that you have, and we tell our kids, if you see something, if you're worried, if you're lost, go talk to a firefighter. And that's why it's so important that society and the governments have your backs as well. And that's certainly what we've been happy to do with the First Responders Memorial Fund, with the way we're looking at building codes right now to make sure we're thinking about firefighter safety at the same time.
Newly released documents show senior government officials were advised to bring the focus back to the majority instead of on diversity to counter the threat of populism in Canada. The task force deputy ministers heard this idea among many during meetings last year, looking at what the government could do to guard against a possible rise in extremism and populism domestically. The group was told to encourage more public conversations and debate focused on us rather than us versus them narratives to foster social cohesion. A briefing note prepared for the senior civil servants warned that if only marginalized populations are considered, the result would be that others feel as if they do not matter. The suggestions originated from an international expert invited to speak to the Deputy Minister Task Force on Diversity and Exclusiveness in October of 2018. The Canadian Press obtained a copy of the presentation and other documents to the task force under the Access to Information Act. Dozens of white-collar Walmart employees walked out Wednesday afternoon at a facility in Northern California to protest the retailer's gun policies. Employees in the company's San Bruno, California office who took part in the walkout say they want the world's largest retailer to stop selling guns. Walmart sells guns in about half of its 4,750 U.S. stores, making it one of the nation's largest retailers of firearms and ammunition. The call to action comes after a gunman killed 22 people and wounded dozens of others at a Walmart store in El Paso on Saturday.
Our goals are to get Walmart to stop the sale of all guns and ammunition, to get Walmart to publicly acknowledge that the role that selling guns and ammunition has played in the mass tragedies we've had. Additionally, to stop the Walmart wall pack from donating to any members of the NRA that any members of Congress or politicians that have an A+ rating, an A or A+ rating from the NRA, as well as to really to also ban the carry, the open or concealed carry of weapons in Walmart stores or on Walmart property. We're simply tired of living in a country where we're fearing for our lives. You know, it truly breaks my heart that people are walking into stores of ours and they're afraid. People, in El Paso have said that they will not return to that store ever again, and that is heartbreaking. And I believe that if in an ideal world the government would hopefully be taking care of this, but we're using the power we have within the company we're in to try to make a noticeable difference in the world.
Because I think a lot of people say, oh, well, we have our jobs are great, and I genuinely enjoy my job, but I think realizing that a company is not only the leadership, but everyone who makes it up, we no longer want to be complicit.
Hundreds sang, chanted, and toted signs at a rally in El Paso, Texas on Wednesday to protest white supremacy, demand gun control, and make it clear that they were not pleased President Donald Trump was in town. The Republican President and First Lady Melania Trump visited with survivors of the weekend shooting that killed 22 people at a Walmart store.
'Cause we are family, we're all sisters and brothers.
We live in a country where we have a president who demonizes communities like this one, who vilifies immigrants, who says that those from Mexico are rapists and criminals, and warns of invasions and infestations.
His hate speech has inspired people who might be prone to violence, and I see it as a direct result.
El Paso's hurting. The President of the United States is coming to say, hey, I feel your pain. I realize there's a problem. We need to work on this, and it's a great consolation.
I am just here to tell you that I'm ready to stand with you as we say no to hate, no to bigotry, no to racism, and yes to love, yes to love, yes to love, yes to love. I love you, El Paso! I love you! I love you!
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million Affordability Fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Welcome back to All Fringe all the time on Wednesday. Joining me now, Dario and Emma Dingle. Nice to have you ladies here. Dario, how did you get this position as you're the theater coordinator?
Yeah. I was looking for a job related to any arts field, basically, and I messaged Rob Cooper saying, hey, do you know anyone who's hiring for the arts? And he sent me Peter Rowe's name. And then
Peter Rowe is the artistic director of the Fringe Festival?
He's the general manager.
General manager of the Fringe Festival.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you've been on the show already talking about Fringe. You've also been on the show because Dario is a performer, and you also, like Nick Luck, just finished with the Summer Music Institute.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
It was great. I heard you singing.
It was gorgeous. She did amazing.
Your mother, Emma's mother, right?
Yes.
Hi, Emma's mother, my singing teacher. Why Agnes McCarthy?
Yes, got it.
It's been a long morning, Emma.
I know.
Agnes was teaching there, and your father too, Paul Dingle.
Yeah.
You're in high school still.
Yeah, I'm going into grade 12.
And you got this gig.
I know, it's crazy.
Social media director.
Yeah.
Oh, so what kind of stuff have you been doing this summer for the Fringe Festival?
So basically, I just post on all the socials. I work on the website, do graphics, just anything online. That's pretty much my job.
Which probably means you probably know as much about the Fringe Festival as anybody because you're constantly entering all that information, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So the level of excitement right now is where on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like 11, 12.
Yeah, we're like at a 20.
I can imagine because the response to this year, I mean, we've had a great previous, this is the 3rd year, right?
3rd year.
Yes.
First and second year, I was involved in both years, and I was blown away by not just the organization, but the scope of the talent.
Right.
A lot of it was local. This year, Dario, what's going on?
I don't know what we did, but we have a crazy amount of international artists, like people from Buffalo, New York,
England.
England,
The guy from England,
yes.
Ollie. I had Ollie Weatherly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sticker Wizard.
Yep.
All over the country, all over Canada too.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? You don't know what you did right, but
No, it just happened. Like.
well, maybe and maybe it's because 3rd year we've proven ourselves. Listen to me. Peter and the gang.
You were a part of it.
Peter and the gang have proven themselves to be a really substantial Fringe Festival. This means something now. So what's going on tonight, downtown, Thursday?
So tonight, we're part of the DTA downtown party that's happening tonight.
I believe they're closed off from Spring all the way to Bruce, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
They're closing that off. At 5, we have our busker Max Warren. He does flow arts.
What?
Flow arts.
What's flow arts? Do we know?
It's basically, I don't know how to describe it correctly.
It's indescribable.
Indescribable.
Just come and see it. Trust us.
There's fire. There's LED
There's
lights.
fire?
Yes.
Juggling, yeah.
Fire and juggling? I'm gonna just fix your microphone because
Go for it.
Okay, fine. Fire and juggling?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad it's outside. That's at 5?
That's at 5. And then
Where'd he come from, this busker guy?
He's from Sault Ste. Marie.
He's local?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's touring all over. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 5. Then what happens?
Then at 6:05, we have basically a roster of our artists who are going to have a maximum of 5 minutes to just give us, the audience, a teaser of their show.
Teaser of their show.
Yeah, so just little snippets of.
Yeah.
That is great. So highlights, and then the audience can decide, ooh, that looks interesting. Oh, I want to see that one. Who's this person, right?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
So that goes from 6:05 till about 8-ish or what?
8:30-ish, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and then you're going to recycle them back through again for another audience? Is that true or no? Or does it wrap up at 8:30?
It'll be the second round. We'll end at like 8:30.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the street party continues, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, the Fringe venues this year, you have a number of them. Do you want to give us a rundown? Emma, are you familiar enough with the Fringe venues to tell us about? I know them.
Yeah, so museum, and then we're all over Central.
Central United Church.
Yeah.
Is that basically it then? There's like, do you have 3 different venues in Central United?
We do. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great partner for us to get. Your dad must have helped with that. Isn't your dad the musician at Central United Church?
Yes,
The music director?
Yes.
He didn't have anything to do with it? No, he didn't?
I just was like, hey,
That was
can we
you,
use a
Dario?
space?
Good for you.
I mean, Rob Rock sort of like planted the idea, because we were still looking for venues and we were there for, I don't know, an NAA concert or something, and he just sort of went, look at this space.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, let's use a space.
For those who don't know, Rob Rock is a local does and lighting designer.
Yep.
Does a lot of the community theater shows, a lot of stuff shot in the dark, and Musical Comedy Guild, and all the other production companies.
He's a rock star. Yeah,
so Rob is your technical director sort of for the festival?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Great, okay. So Central United and the museum, but did Nick say he's doing a matinee at the Tech? I think he said at the Tech. Is that? No.
Tech rehearsal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he misunderstood. All right, well, check the schedule. The schedule's available, Emma, obviously, you know where we go.
Yeah, so you can find it online, and then we have it posted on our Facebooks, all our social media.
All your social media. What's the Facebook page name?
I think it's just Fringe North.
Fringe North.
Fringe.
International, yeah.
Fringe North, because the total name is Fringe North International Theater Festival.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there was like a Fringe North, I think, was it North Bay or something? They don't have it anymore.
Well, I think now it's like on the edge or something.
Yeah, they changed theirs.
Yeah.
So we're Fringe North. FringeNorth.ca. Tickets. Now that's something that I've never talked about on air, and we need to find out. We need to tell the audience how and where they can get their tickets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we could do tickets online. So we're
really like Eventbrite.
Yeah, Eventbrite.
Oh, so you just go to the website and the tickets are all there through Eventbrite. Like you can link to Eventbrite.
Yep.
Yeah. They're also
nice work on the website, Emma Dingle.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also where?
You can look under Facebook, and there's events, and that links to Eventbrite also. And then we've been at the Station Mall. We've been in the Mill Market. So.
Oh, you've been selling tickets, having vendor tables set up?
Yeah.
So what about at the actual venues? Can somebody just show up at Central United, to go to the McDougall Hall basement to see the bingo, for instance, Betsy Carmichael's Bingo Palace? Can you just show up and buy a ticket?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. We sell at the door, so anyone can go.
Yep.
What kind of prices are you looking at? Do they vary, or is it one price, or
it varies?
It does, eh?
The maximum price that we kept it at is $12.
That you've kept that the same. It hasn't gone up.
Yeah.
So the most you'll pay to go and see a really great piece of entertainment, and you'll never see anything like a fringe show. Yeah. $12 max.
Max. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And these performers, this is what's so cool. The performers get to split the pot. So basically, they get the performance, a portion of the performance fee, right?
The artists make 100% of the box office sales.
100% of the ticket sales, because you guys have got grants and you've got sponsorship money to help put the festival together. Is there any? Can we make donations to the Fringe Festival?
Yeah, there's. We're gonna have a jar, and it's Tip the Fringe. So
Tip the Fringe.
Yeah, we make our money.
So that we can continue to make Sault Ste. Marie a really a competitor in the fringe market.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because people come from all over, I'm telling you, and then they talk about Sault Ste. Marie. Like, they don't leave Sault Ste. Marie and not say great things about us. They talk about the audiences. They talk about the city. It's international.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thanks for the culture you bring and your support in Sault Ste. Marie, Dario Shaman, and the lovely Emma Dingle, and the Fringe Festival. We start tonight, folks. Don't miss it. We'll be back with my friend Christina right after this.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
Well, it's been a whirlwind of a show, and I couldn't have done it without my co-host.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of people here today.
Come back tomorrow, will you?
I'll try my best. Sure.
Lovely. And I want to thank KC Security again for making all this possible, for being our sponsor for the month.
I feel so safe with them.
I know.
Thank you, Daniel, and your team.
Commercial, residential, key holding services, and they've voted the #1 security company in Sault Ste. Marie. We're proud to have them as our sponsor, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, friends.
Hey Mel, did you know in Queensgate, Australia, it's illegal to own a pet rabbit unless you can prove you're a magician?
Really? Did you know that if you're at the McMeekin Arena, you're only 9 minutes and 54 seconds away from Maitland Fort Lincoln?
It's closer than you think.